Hey guys, it's your girl Matchmaker Amber Neal. Matchmaker comedian Amber Neal, that is. I gotta get used to saying it again because we've got a big announcement coming next week. I'm getting back full force on the comedy scene. And guys, today we're struggling to make it effing Friday. So, man, I hope we don't mess it up. Do you know how to bleep anybody? Does anybody know how to bleep out the cuss words? Guys, today I'm joined by my co-host. You guys, closest to me, it is Mr. Do I always say it wrong? Is it Your Real Country?
Yes, yeah. I have a
He got so many titles, you know what I'm saying?
Mr. Believe So You Can Achieve.
Mr. Believe So You Can Achieve, undefeated collegiate record at his alma mater at University of Miami.
That's correct.
And he is a big philanthropist. He's part of the NFL Huddle Up Foundation, raising money to get back out in the community. He was just on Fox the other day for his work in the community. Gosh, you do so many. I can't keep up on your philanthropy.
Helping the vets. Always helping the vets.
I love that.
Yes.
So
appreciate your service.
Yes, thank you to all of our veterans. And Ryan is also a best-selling author of Believe So You Can Achieve. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about things that will help you bring some peace to your life. Lord knows this, you turn on the news, you don't even want to go outside. So we're going to add his book into that because Believe So You Can Achieve, and a lot of it, probably pretty much all of it starts up here.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
He is going to share with you about his book when we come back, and he is my effing Friday co-host. And on the very end over here, we say the best for last. Okay, you know. DJ Houston is truly the most in-demand DJ I've ever seen. Y'all know I've been in the industry for a long time. And I'm telling y'all, he makes me move. When I mean, even listening to his playlist in the car, it's like, who is that? He's like, me, fool. And I'm like, yes. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, I promise you he can get you on your feet. He's also the COO of Meridate. He is a VP of Boss Up Houston Network and Amber Neal Productions. And he is the most in-demand DJ doing the biggest names in the industry. Y'all give it up for my other Monday through Friday co-host, DJ Houston.
What?
Go, DJ.
Hey. Speaking of being in demand, I start my new residencies over. I got new location for F45 Gym. If y'all guys haven't heard of F45 Training, y'all need to go check them out. They are some hardcore fitness. Like, they are going to whoop you into shape. So on Saturdays, they like to bring a DJ out to help you get through that really tough workout. So I am now going to be over at the Cinco Ranch location starting tomorrow. And then coming Wednesdays, starting this Wednesday, I'll be at my old residency, finally back there again since, COVID decided to push all of our buttons this year and make all kinds of things happen, go crazy. I am finally back over at Lawless Kitchen and Spirits downtown. So we will be over there for happy hour from 5 to 8. And your boy's going to be throwing down some good old music.
Okay.
So I'm excited, finally getting back out there. It's been a minute. So if y'all guys want to come party with your boy, you can do it on Saturdays while you're working out, or you can go and do it on Wednesdays for happy hour.
Yay. Now I'm telling you, as they say, if you want to really know where you're headed in life, look at your circle of friends. Look who you associate with, because the movers and shakers are not down here gossiping about people. They are up here making moves and let people talk about them, okay? Today, guys, we're going to start the show. Today's topic is Life Becomes Peaceful When, and we're going to talk to my co-host and find out what they think about how do you get life really peaceful, because if you turn on the news today, it makes you not even want to leave your house, right? I'm telling you, between the stuff that's in your body that can kill you, the stuff external, the people, the criminals, the crazies, the politicians, okay. I'm ready to get on that ship going to Mars. I know it takes 10 years to get there, but all right, guys. So we're going to start the show with some of my 4 top favorite books, okay? And this is not necessarily in any order, but I'll just kind of pull them as we go. So we're going to jump in. Ryan, go ahead and start with your book, Believe So You Can Achieve. As someone who is in the 1%, the top 1% of athletes to make it to the NFL, that is, congratulations on that, because that is, I don't ever want to minimize that, because, people just like, oh, NFL. No, but the discipline and work that it takes to get to that 1% 1% of people will make it. So how did that transition for you, Ryan, from going from being in the NFL to now best-selling author, believes you can achieve?
As far as the transition, well, first of all, as far as being able to make it to the 1% of the population, I never knew anything else. And what I mean by that is I always knew or had in the back of my mind that that's where I was going to go. Okay, and time went upon itself and things just happened. I'll keep it short and simple.
Yeah.
But my belief was that's where I was going to be. Okay, so that's all I put my mind on. That's all I trained my mind to do, and eventually it happened. Now, going from that position to being able to write a book to help others get to the top level wherever they're trying to get, regardless of where they're at, it was once again, it was the discipline of me sitting down every day, doing my research, and being able to put it down on paper, because I was always, like you said, it's Yarborough country. Okay, while I was in college, high school, you have to be a student athlete as well, because a lot of guys where I came from, I'm not going to say were better athletes than me, but they were excellent athletes, but they didn't necessarily have the grades. Okay, and you have to have grades, excuse me, you have to have grades as well as athleticism and talent in order to be able to, to get to that particular level. So that was one thing that I implemented into putting into my book. Okay, I had to be a student again. Once again, I always knew how to write. I felt I was always an excellent student, depending on what they said was an A, a B, and a C, and all that type of stuff. I was always on honor roll. So it was not hard for me to get into my mode and to get into my zone and to get into my flow once I got started. And once again, this was something that I was really enthused about doing. So once I got going, it was nothing but a thing. So now it's in book form.
Yay!
Okay, it's in book form, and I'm just happy to be able to spread my knowledge and put it out there, because I received nothing but great feedback, and I'm appreciative for that, for everyone who has supported me up until this point, because without you, there will be no me, and there will be no believing so you can achieve.
It's interesting. Something you said that just kind of caught me when you said it. You said, I did my research.
Yeah.
So, because people think, it's pure athletic ability. They don't understand what a combination of things that it is, because it's really, I'm sure from the time you were a little boy, you studied and watched all these different players, just like as a comedian.
Absolutely.
As soon as I saw Eddie Murphy Raw, I was hooked.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to do that.
Yes.
I didn't even know it was funny.
Yes.
But I literally was like, wow, that looks like, I love that, right? What about you, DJ Houston? You're so successful. You run 4 different huge ass companies. Oh, is that a cuss word? And
No.
Can we say AZZ?
I seen it on CBS. I seen it on ABC. I seen it on network.
That should tell y'all we got something really big. If we're coming to a platform we can't cuss on, we're growing, guys. So what about you, DJ Houston? I would say you're in the 1% of the top DJs I've ever, and businessman. Congratulations. Also, DJ Houston last week was just named at the Underground Industry Awards. He was just named Businessman of the Year.
Right, and Miss Neal over here being so modest, she won Businesswoman of the Year and Boss. Was it Boss Woman of the Year or Woman Boss of the Year? Boss of the Year. Either way. She's like, it's just boss.
I didn't even know balls or twat. I just boss. Okay.
Boss of the year.
Is that clean?
So
yes.
We're trying to get clean, guys.
Congratulations back to you too as well.
Thank you.
Honestly, I want to say, I don't know. I've always been a hard worker, and honestly, I think that's what's led me to where I am. Because when I started DJing, it was kind of by chance. I've always loved music. I've always been in love with music, and music's always been my my passion, my rock, my everything, really. When I've always been at a loss for words, I go straight to music. So then one day I was working at a bar, bartending, and I found this one DJ that just kind of opened my mind. It was just I heard music that I've never heard before. It was moving me, and there was just something different about the way she DJ'd. It wasn't just playing music or having a good playlist. It was I could feel the story she was trying to tell me through the music. So then I was like, I started thinking, I was like, I collect music as it is. I always have. I've always had the greatest playlist. Like, let me learn to see if I could try this, for fun. Then realizing how much talent I had in it when I first started, which was crazy.
I love how you dance. I just love how you dance. That's my favorite thing. I love to watch it because somebody can help y'all.
Yeah, right. I'll be in my groove. You know what I'm saying?
Like dance lessons while he's at it. I'm like, oh, because it's like when you see somebody yawn. It's like you see somebody move and you're like,
right. Which is why,
too,
my number one rule DJing is I do not sit down. I don't care how tired I am. Yes. I don't care if my back hurts. I don't sit down. And the reason being is because it changes the energy. I can still play hype music. Yeah. But if I'm sitting down, the energy that I'm giving off is boring.
Right.
So I can. So if you ever see when you go to a club and you see the DJ sitting down and you're like, no wonder why nobody's dancing. Like you just, okay, yeah, I'm bobbing my head and I'm feeling it, but they're not breaking that ice.
That's right.
People never want to be the first one to go out there and do it. So if people see the DJ having a good time dancing, then they kind of start going around them like, oh, if he's dancing, I can go dance. So it changes that energy. Even when I'm playing slow songs, but it's something that I can oh, that's my love song right there, doing this. And they still, they feel it. And they're like, exactly. And so, so then that kind of was kind of by chance. You know what I mean? It just happened to be that I had the talent for it. And then when it comes to any of my other ventures, you know what I mean? It's just I've aligned myself with the right people who have that same work ethic as I do, who have that same mentality, who want to do big things and move forward, So in reality, it's almost luck, but it really isn't. It's because I've aligned myself with this certain groups. Right. Yes. I don't deal with fake people. I don't deal with haters. Like I don't play games. I'm here to do something and I'm gonna do it, whether you're gonna like it or not, whether you want to hate on me or you want to support me. You know what I mean? Either way, I did it on my own. I started on my own, and I'm gonna finish it on my own. You know what I'm saying? Now, to have a group of people to help me finish it would be great, and I've found this group so far, so it's great. But again, I've done it on my own, so I can because I've got that mindset. You know what I mean? I believe that I can do anything, so I'm gonna do it. They say that the secret to the universe is the secret to the universe is literally just setting your mind to it. If you can set your mind to it, you can totally do it, and that's why I completely agree with Ryan in his book. You got to believe it to achieve it. Because if you don't believe it, if you have any doubts in your mind at all, you're not going to achieve. That's right. You really have to believe.
And I want to step in for a second, man, because I want to tell you this. I commend you on your work for the simple fact that I've been to New York, I'm from Chicago, been to LA, Miami, everywhere. Okay, and I've heard you jam on the tables for a few different times. Okay. And I've never come away like, he didn't do nothing today, okay? So every time I've seen you, you got down, okay? So that's nothing but respect to you because once again, as I said, I know the top women DJ. I know the top men. Rest in peace to Biz Markie. A lot of people didn't know how great of a DJ Biz Markie was, Right. But you do your thing, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love these winners.
Continue success. Continue success to you.
I definitely plan on it. You know what I'm saying?
Success to you.
It's because it's different when I go out there. Because I'm not just going out there. There's a lot of DJs that go out there. They're trying to do it for the fame, the people. I do it to spread love. No other reason. It ain't to spread good music. It ain't even for that. It is to spread love.
And that's actually why all of our missions have aligned because our topic today is things that bring you peace and. The thing that brings me peace in this crazy world is giving love and helping people find love, helping people stay in love, helping people follow their dreams or pursue their passions or teach them, with the opportunities that I didn't have or influencers or mentors. I definitely have some great mentors. Shout out to Kadori, our Wednesday co-host. She is winning as well. Y'all go check her out. She has her at Kadori brand on Instagram. Links to all her social media. Her websites are there. You can find her. She's doing big things too.
I was gonna say, you know what? Now that we're shouting her out, though,
winners, man.
I also want to shout her out and tell her, thank you for being on the front lines through all this craziness with all the hospitals. I know y'all guys. Are to all you medical staff out there, no matter what your feelings are about COVID, whether you believe it's a hoax or not, These people are still out there working 48 hours nonstop, 72 hours nonstop, because they're short-staffed and they're sitting here doing everything they can to keep these hospitals in order. So, you know what? Shout out to all you people out there working the front lines.
Amen.
Like, much respect, because I know through
Yes.
through the whole pandemic, when the rest of the world was taking a break,
Yeah.
sitting in their house, chilling, y'all were there working,
Yes.
getting into
We
and
salute you.
exactly. And I know Kadori's out there right now. She's out there traveling between, you know, different cities
Yeah.
here through Texas, trying to help
Yeah.
out where she can. So y'all guys may not be able to see her on the show for the next couple of weeks, or if you do, it'll be virtual, but it's because she is out there making a difference.
Amen. And you know, it's so funny. I saw a nurse's meme that said, now that, and we're not going to jump too far into this because this could be a rabbit hole, but now that Biden has announced that his patients are wearing thin and all companies with over 100 employees or more must be vaccinated, that is just scary. It's not even about the vaccine at that point. It's about the freedom for me of choice. But the meme I saw said, it's like, it was a nurse. She's like, so we were able to be on the front lines without it, but now we have to get it. And it's just, I don't know. I mean, is that alarming to you guys that our president is saying that companies must in vaccine people over 100 people? That, I mean, does that alarm y'all at all from a freedom standpoint? Or y'all just don't even?
The narrative changes, seems like on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when it comes down to being able to flow with whatever comes your way. So you can remain peaceful, like our
Yes.
topic today.
Yes, yes.
You know, whatever makes you peaceful. If making you peaceful is abiding or getting whatever they're telling you to do, then that's fine. But bottom line is whatever makes you peaceful, because it's your life and it's your world.
Amen. What'd you say?
You know, like Ryan was saying, you know, the narrative changes daily. So all I'm saying is I pay attention. I'm not stupid. I'm not naive. Now, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. You know, I'm not saying that I'm for this particular vaccine, though. I saw how fast it was just rushed, how fast they just, before even really doing any experiments with it, were like, you got to take it. And now that people are taking it and that they're learning that, now that they use this as guinea pigs, they're sitting here like, oh, okay, well, maybe this one's safer for you and not this one. So honestly, until I feel like they've gotten this vaccine down and that it ain't going to be no guessing on whether it's going to kill me or not, I'm against it right now. But again, I'm not saying that I'm completely against it. I just think it needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once
Yeah.
it gets better. Because
Refined.
I get my flu shot. I get, you know, I've been vaccinated for the chickenpox and the measles and all that good stuff. Like, I've gotten my vaccines and stuff and my ammunitions and all that good stuff. So I'm not saying I'm against it, but I'm also against Big Pharma, you know, because I'm not about medicine. I don't believe in medicine. I believe in natural remedies and herbs. So I just say do your research. Once you do your research, make your decision. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because you know that me and DJ Houston can get passionate about a topic, and we will spend the whole show talking about it. All right, guys. Today we're talking about things that make you peaceful, things that bring you peace. And I know for all of us, our careers are driven by that. Want to bring peace to other people, want to bring love to other people, want to bring experience and help to other people, because you know the people that I'm around are the best in their field. I mean, that's just straight up. I know I'm the best in my field, and I say that humbly as I can. But I am. I know it's my calling. It's what I do, right?
Right.
So today, speaking of my field, we're talking about some of the books that are actually on my real coffee table. This is the next one. He's Just Not That Into You, okay? Some of you guys have seen the movie, but I actually got the book because, as it says on the back, oh, sure, they say they're busy. They say that they didn't even have a moment in their insanely busy day to pick up their phone. It was just that crazy. All lies. With the advent of cell phones and speed dialing, it's almost impossible not to call you. Sometimes I call people from my pant pockets when I didn't even mean to. Anybody ever butt dial? But if they were into you, you would be the bright spot in their horribly busy day, which would be a day that I would never want to be too busy for. Now that's what he says. She says, there is something great about knowing that my only job is to be happy. as I can be about my life and feel good as I can about myself, and to lead, I can't see this, and to lead as full of an eventful life as I can, so that it does not even feel like I'm just sitting around waiting for some guy to ask me out. And most importantly, it's good for us to all remember that we don't need to scheme and plot or beg to be asked out. We're fantastic, and it's a fantasy world. So I recommend this book. This is really a no excuse truth to understanding guys, written from the author and consultant for Sex and the City, and Greg, I don't even butcher his name. But anyway, Greg and Liz wrote this book, and I recommend this for you ladies that think somebody's too damn busy to pick up the phone and call you, because it's really so simple. You know, one of my other favorite books is called, and I don't have it because I lent it out, it's called Why Men Love Bitches. I recommend you guys, ladies, you get that book, because it's not that men like a rude woman or a hateful woman or a vindictive or nagging woman. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if a man likes a woman with boundaries and is busy and has her own life and not just sitting there, hello, yes, I'll be right there in 5 minutes. That is thirsty. You know what they're gonna do? If you're in that thirst trap of sweating them, calling them, waiting on them, and you're picking up the phone, it ain't even the first ring, it's a half a ring. Hello?
Are you
thirsty, man? Thirsty.
They're like, oh, got her. Okay, and then they're going to take their time to try to get to know you. So outside of definitely spending your time and understanding, one of the chapters in the book, she says, you might as well put a sign on your car that says, I deliver coochie. You know, because, I mean, men can get coochie before they get a cheeseburger. So all I'm saying is, if you're going to sleep with a guy, don't think that is going to automatically lead to a relationship or automatically lead to something more. It's for tonight until it ain't, right? But that's why you got to slow down and build a friendship and build the foundation, so you at least know what kind of person you're getting involved with. You know what I'm saying? But men love bitches in the sense they just like a woman who has her own thing and not thirsty. What do you guys say? Let's hear from the guys.
Men love women that can keep them peaceful. They can keep them peaceful.
Yes.
That brings more peace to their life versus antagonism.
100.
You know, so if some guys like that, some guys like somebody to pick up the phone on half a ring.
Hello.
Yeah, that makes some guys feel good, you know. But yeah, that's as far as the guys I know. All I can talk about is the guys that I know and myself. We like peaceful, because that's what it comes down to. Because when you're hanging with somebody or when you with another person, you want to be in the same mindset, same vibration. For the simple fact, you want to escalate how you're already feeling, you know. So that's my take on that.
But do you agree with the book that if a man's not calling you, texting you, making the effort, he's not that into you, and it's not even.
That's true.
It's not anything to take it personal. It's like that's why there's, you know, different kinds of food and different kinds of cars. People like different things. It doesn't mean that it's you personally. It could be where he's at in life. It could be what he's going through. I mean, a number of things,
and
right?
That's perfectly logical, because if somebody can't take a minute or two, even just a text, because nowadays you can just text somebody.
It's so easy.
Versus calling somebody. Like,
Right.
I don't even want to call this person because I know as soon as I get on the phone,
it's gonna be
a conversation. So, you know, if somebody's into you, they can at least say, how you doing? Or send them a line.
Yeah.
And be done with it.
It truly is. It goes back to the adage of the thought that counts. Mm-hmm. What do you say, DJ Houston? If he's just not that into you, if he's not making any effort, maybe he's busy, maybe he's at work, maybe he lost his phone. What do you say?
You know, sometimes I feel like this is a 50-50. Sometimes it will be a catch-22, just because there are times where, especially like people like us, you know, we are entertainers. We do get busy a lot, and it's not we don't see your text message or we don't want to respond. It's that, you know, we don't have the time at that moment. Sometimes I have the time 24 hours later. You know what I mean?
Let me pause you in your thought. Look where your phone is.
Right.
Look where your phone is. Look where your phone is, really.
Writing stuff. So if you text me right now, oh, you're in my way. So, and then, you know, I accidentally read the message, so I forgot because it's no longer highlighted saying. Right. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. There's times like that where it happens. Like I'll forget, or I I'm famous for this. I'll start texting you, sending something, and then somebody says something to me, and I close out thinking I hit send. And then until you text me back like a week later, because you thought I wasn't interested, I'm like, oh snap, I never even hit send.
But you just proved my point. But you didn't text them that week either.
Right. But again,
thank you for proving my point. He's just not that into ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, because there are thirsty guys too. This should be a topic for Thirsty Thursdays, right? But I'm just tired of women specifically running behind men and wasting their whole life and like, I don't understand why I don't understand. He don't freaking want to. Period. Point blank. If he wanted to, he would. Get the freaking book, get the audio, get the movie, watch the movie. The point is there. I mean, it's all in the title.
And help them remain peaceful.
And
or bring peace to them.
But that's not real. The Bible says a nagging woman will drive a man to the corner of the rooftop. Nagging is not how you keep a man. You think that bringing your complaints to him is what you're supposed to do. Yes, it is, but it's about being peaceful about it, not getting disrespectful, not calling him out, not calling him everything but a king. I mean, it's just when you're being combative, a man that has to go home to that, he's going to avoid it. He's not going to come home, and then eventually other things will probably happen. But right now, if you don't want your man to be out creeping and staying out late at night and doing all the extra stuff to avoid you or working late, then shut the hell up.
Right.
Quit nagging. Talk to God. That's who you talk to. God can bend the heart of kings. He can bend your man's heart. But if you're over here, guess who he's gonna like? Is the girl or the guy that is peaceful.
And so, back to what I was saying, how it's like 50-50 for me sometimes. Because on the other hand, there are times where, I will be texting you constantly and because I'm into you, but then all of a sudden, I feel like you're not interesting anymore. So, I do start ignoring you or just not in a hurry to text you back. You know what I mean? Like, it can take a week. But that's also because, like Amber was saying, it's two ways. Because sometimes I feel like
Amazon can get me my packages quicker than a week.
Exactly. Because sometimes I feel like I'm texting, and then there's no effort to it.
I gotta wait a week to get a text. I already moved on to the next guy.
Exactly. Because there would be times where I'll sit there and I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm texting you a lot, and the only time I hear it from you is when you're responding to me.
And how does that make you feel?
So I stop texting.
Exactly.
And then wait to see if you text me, and then if you don't, well then, I fell off because you clearly weren't that interested either. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, it hurts your feelings when people reject you, but you shouldn't take it personal. It's just their truth. It's just they're not into you. It's okay. You can't. There's 8 billion people on this planet. You really think you can win them all? You're talking over 100 different personality types. You think you're going to get along with them all? You're not.
Right.
And it could be something little. Maybe you remind them of their ex or their mom or something toxic they've been through. Or maybe you're like Ryan and all of us, where we've elevated our spiritual walk to a point we don't even operate on this petty, small world. We look at on a spiritual level, and we try to stay in that peaceful and vibration and manifest. And the thing is that we all can tell you for sure is, regardless if they're into you or not, whatever you are bringing into your life, you are manifesting it. Right. If you believe that all men are dogs or all women are dogs or all people are going to play you, you're attracting dogs, and not all people are dogs. And you have to get into you. That's another whole show. But understand, he's not that into you. And sometimes a vicious cycle of repeating negative patterns is more comfortable than change and healing.
That's right.
Boom. Okay, so that's one of the books on my... If you come see me, you can check out the book too.
Ooh.
Now, this book I really like because this is a serious, informative, and highly entertaining survey of the neurobiology of sexual attraction, according to the Washington Post. This book is called "This Is Your Brain on Sex: The Science Behind the Search for Love." I've actually met the author. They gave me this book. Katie, it's really interesting. I mean, when you really we need to have her on the show, so we can kind of break this book down. But a lot of this is just, we're hardwired. Just like casual sex is a very cruel thing, because your body releases chemicals to attach you to people, right? So we're out here, we're having casual sex with all these people, but we're literally just making soul ties and getting attached to people that we don't have no busy getting attached to, and then we wonder why everybody's crazy, because they're carrying whatever energy around with the spirits they're picking up that they're laying with. That's real. That spiritual thing is real, guys. So this is your brain on sex, and philosophers, theologians, artists, and boy bands have waxed poetic for centuries about the nature of love, but what does the brain have to say about the way we carry our heart? So check it out, guys. This is Your Brain on Sex. That's one of my favorite books too.
Now, I know I haven't read The Brain on Sex yet, but I have read a couple of different books in this series, because it's a series of books. The one that I read most recently was This Is Your Brain on Music.
Ooh, I love that.
You know, and so it tells you the breakdowns of how your brain reacts to different chords, different harmonies, things like that. It's very, very interesting. So if y'all guys do want find a new series to read, I definitely go, you know, This Is Your Brain on series, because they have several things like sex, music. There's even one about, you know, drugs. Like, you know, it tells you the bad side effects, the good side effects. It's just honest things, you know. It's a good series. Y'all should really look into. Looking for something new to read. And it's educational. That's what I like about it. You know, the fact that it's educational. I don't like to read just, you know, fiction books, because I like to get knowledge. So books like this that are very scientific really are awesome. They're mind blowing.
Me personally, if I would have wrote the book, I'd have called it "This Is Your Brain on Dumbass," because some good loving will have you distracted. Okay, speaking of that, the last book is my own book, of course. This is How My Kitty Betrayed Me. She's a bad girl sometimes. And the thing is, that's what it really talks about, is until you heal, you will look for everything externally. You will look for love externally. Some people turn to drugs, drinking, overachieving, working. I mean, so it's really, there are many coping mechanisms that everybody has. And the thing is once you realize that casual sex is not the way to feel loved. It's not the way to feel healthy. You can't avoid the healing journey. You can't avoid your healing process that makes you do coping mechanisms that are, detrimental to your life. So this book is really about how the women's lib movement affected us back when, when I had my daughter. It was like, if y'all can do it, we can do it. Y'all can be players, we can be players. Y'all don't need us, we don't need y'all. Right. And after 25 years, I'm like, wow, I've kind of had that all wrong. We got to bring the men back into our lives. We got to quit kicking the men out and saying we don't need them, because at the end of the day, we may not, but your kids do. So, I also challenge any women out there, don't, please, because this book talks about my life. My parents divorced 3 times, and it talks about the generational curses. And the one thing I can tell you is, don't use your kids as a pawn. I don't give a dang how much you hate your ex. Your kids still love them, and that is still their father or mother, whichever way it goes. Don't be that toxic parent to need a cheerleading section to turn your kids against your ex. That's your ex. Don't say things like, he left us. He didn't leave us. He left your nagging ass. That's what he did, okay? So get the copy. If you want to get a copy of my book, you can go to amberneal.com, or if you want to book any of us individually for gigs that you might want to book us for, go to our new website, and you can book us on there right now at thematchmakerhotline.com.
Yeah, you can. And going forward, every time we have a new single sitting on our sexy single sofa, we're going to, and we'll do the past ones as well. So once we get the biographies up and everything. But we're going to have them featured on our website as well, so you can look through our singles to see, maybe you want to date somebody, and then we'll even probably put a link to like the episode that they have.
Sexy single sofa, guys.
Which sofa? The sofa. And I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm not gonna put out any names. I'll never do that. But a couple of my buddies said they want to be on the couch.
Hey.
And you know who you are when you watch
Come
this,
on
okay?
Come on
We're going to start having some fun. Let's start living again versus just existing. It's time to start living again. This goes to everybody, because once again, like our topic today is, what makes you peaceful? And one thing that makes me peaceful is living my life to the fullest.
Amen.
Tomorrow's not promised, guys. Tomorrow is not promised. So.
Which that kind of brings us to our new segment a little bit as well. So if we're not having a sexy single, What else are we having, Amber? If they're not a sexy single,
then bring your ex on the show.
Exactly.
We have a new segment called Battle of the Exes, okay? And DJ Houston and I are going to be the judge, jury, and executioner. Okay?
Absolutely.
If y'all need like resolution, maybe y'all want to get back together. Maybe y'all just need an answer. Maybe you want to know why they ghosted you or why they picked their ex over you. Or maybe you just need to know what happened, right?
Yeah, or maybe you just
want to
need...
know who was wrong.
Exactly, or maybe you just need help settling that debate that y'all been having for 6 months. You know what I mean?
Let us mediate.
Let us, yeah.
Yes.
You know,
we gotta get some. What do you call them things? People go through for security.
Yeah, I already know. Yeah,
we gotta get the guns.
Some metal detectors.
Metal detectors in here. You
Yeah.
know, people are bringing their exes in here. But hey, if y'all want to be part of the show, go to matchmakerhotline.com, and there's actually a tab for the sexy single sofa. You can go ahead and put your information in there. We'll get it. We'll schedule you to get on the sofa, or if you want to be, we need to update that on there. But hey. If you go to the website, you can still send us a message and say, hey, I want to bring my ex on the show.
Right. Or if you guys don't want to use the internet because, you know, for some reason you're just too lazy to use the internet or you like phones better, you can call us at the Matchmaker Hotline at 866-479-8752. That number is open to y'all 24 hours a day.
Yes.
Mind you, I may not answer 24 hours a day, but if you leave a message, I will call you back right away.
Remind me to tell you, because I was trying to tell you at lunch and then I got ADD and forgot, but I have an idea for a singles thing, like a game. Okay.
Ooh, look at that.
I have a new game idea, so I'm going to...
And is it too early to disclose about that? Those 2 nights a week?
Tuesday? Not yet.
So y'all guys better make sure y'all are paying attention because we got some
major announcements.
We got some major things. Y'all know DJ Houston's back. Mm-hmm. Well, Amber Neal is back as well. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's not like she ever left,
but
the
comedian part. I've been on stage in a couple of years.
Exactly, but comedian Amber Neal, not matchmaker Amber Neal. Yeah. Comedian Amber Neal is back.
It was so much fun because I went to this comedy show a couple weeks ago and actually got the headline for my first time. And I killed it, baby. I won the open mic. What's up?
Right.
But, you know, I am coming for y'all. So, I am a mean comic. So,
y'all best be
y'all
ready.
think I'm tough love. I'm going to roast your ass, okay? But, all right, guys. Let's jump into our topic. So, let's jump into today's topic is life becomes peaceful when you accept, okay? Because this is the hard part of anything in life is accepting reality sometimes, right? So, number one, I'm going to read these off. I'm going to let the guys try and see what they think. Number one, life becomes peaceful when you accept that you can't help everyone.
Oof. This one right here, I'll start off on this one because I will say absolutely, especially being a Libra. You know what I'm saying? I always help everyone first besides helping myself. And it wasn't until I was like 23, 24 when I finally realized, you know what? I can't help everybody. As much as I try, it's just too... Like, seriously, one thing that I really learned a long time ago is you can't help somebody until they want to be helped.
Amen.
So if you're constantly trying to help people who need help but don't even want to help themselves, you're just stressing yourself out for no reason whatsoever. So truly, peaceful, it becomes so peaceful when you just say, you know what, I can't help everybody. Like, I can't fix the world on my own. A weight gets lifted off your shoulder after you say that.
And that's ironic that you say that you can't help people until they want to be helped, right? Mm-hmm. And some of my motto is, I don't want to help everybody. That's what it comes down to. It's like you learn that at an early age. I mean, it depends. Everybody is different. But it comes down to the point. I mean, but I had a big family. I'm the oldest of everybody. So it's like, I really don't want to even try to help everybody because I already have that radar that, okay, this person doesn't even want, this person is a fool, you know, like I tell my children and people that I mentor to think that they know everything already. So why would I even waste my time even trying to help?
That part. You know, because it kind of segues into the next one is that you can't save people from themselves. That's brutally hard. If you've ever dealt with anybody that has dealt with addiction specifically, because there's toxic levels to this, and addiction is probably the highest one. And addiction is basically when you are trying to, instead of healing, you are masking your pain with a coping mechanism that will take you out most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so we really want to stress the focus on mental health, but you can't save somebody that don't want to save themselves.
And yeah, that's absolutely true. I'll take the lead on this one, because if somebody does not want help, okay, then you are wasting your time, wasting your energy, and that's one thing I always say: you cannot get back. You cannot get your time back.
That
Right,
okay?
absolutely.
But if I'm going to talk to a wall, I'd rather just talk to myself. Okay, if nobody's going to be receptive of what I have to say, then I keep my mouth closed real quick, and I don't have a problem with that. So those are my thoughts on that. Because you can't force help on somebody. You cannot do that. That's total chaos.
I will say, like, I've dealt with a lot of people who've had addiction in their lives. I've helped a lot of people overcome their addiction in their lives. But to tell you the truth, like, some of the people that I've helped overcome, I tried to help them earlier on in life, and they weren't ready.
Exactly.
As much as I got mad at them, as much as I yelled at them and tell them, you know what, then I'll just never speak to you again. They weren't ready. They didn't care. It was all about the drugs for them. But until they were ready. So what I've always told people now, especially people who deal with people with addiction, you can't get mad at them. You can't yell at them. Like, honestly, truly, it really isn't their fault. It's an addiction. It's a disease. They need help. But until they're finally ready to give up that life and come to you, say, I need some help, don't even bother, because you're just wasting your time. Now, everyone that I've ever helped, because I got plenty of friends out there who I've helped recover from some hard crap, have all said the same thing. We appreciate that you tried when I wasn't ready, but I wasn't ready. But now that when I told them, like, hey, look, I know you're not ready. And you know what? I'm going to stop pressuring you. I'm going to tell you how to live your life. Yeah. Just know that when you're ready, I'm right here. And guess what? It was that speech that finally got them. It took them a little longer, but they said, every person I've ever helped, they've always said that was the speech that they always look back to, like, okay, there is somebody in my corner. There's somebody that knows, So when you're dealing with people with addiction, guys, you can't force it. You can't. But don't sit here and waste your time either trying to help them if it's causing you your peace and your happiness.
Yes.
Send them to somebody.
You will literally, and I dealt with that before in a relationship, and it was the death of the relationship, and I thought they're either going to kill me fiending or they're going to kill me stroking me out. Like, the stress level of trying, and I'd never dealt with that before, and so I had no idea what it was like. Even I have a family member who recently said something to me. She's been clean for 7 years, and she told me, she said, you can't trust us. She said, we're liars, we're manipulators, we will sneak. And because I always wondered, like, and it was so crazy hearing her say that. I mean, because she has her life together so well, but she still understands that part of her.
Right.
For that, when you fiend, that's the hard part. And it's so interesting to hear her say that, because at the end of the day, is you have to understand, love will never be enough to make someone stop addiction. They love whatever that is more than they love you, and it's not even their choice.
Exactly.
That's the crazy part. It's not even like, I'm consciously choosing drugs or whatever over you. It's a monkey on their back. It's like it's an illness.
It truly is.
Chemical imbalance.
Mm-hmm. And the worst part is, it's like a lot of them want to stop. But the fact of the matter is that if somebody tries to stop, especially after years and years of using, trying to stop drugs cold turkey, they'll die. They will literally die from the withdrawals. Because half the time, the only time the drug really kills you is if you OD. 90% of the time when somebody dies because of the drug, it's just because of the fact that the withdrawals were so intense, they couldn't handle it. Which is why people have to get checked into facilities to be under care all the time. Because it's something that, again, they don't want to do it. It's a chemical imbalance in their brain. It just what big pharma, man. Big pharma. That's all I'm going to say.
I know I don't know how many minutes we have. Like 10?
We got
15?
About 15 minutes.
Okay, I just wondered because I know we have like 8 more to go. Okay, so this next one is going to be very interesting. We've all heard the expression, we've all said the expression, things just happen for a reason. Everything just happens for a reason, right? Now, this is one of the tips here, is that life becomes peaceful when you accept that sometimes things don't happen for a reason. Sometimes life just happens.
Right.
Sometimes you're in the wrong place, wrong time. Sometimes we've all been in accidents. We've all been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that truly is. That's why you gotta be so careful who you align yourself with. Otherwise, you're going to be caught up in the wrong situation. But sometimes there is no logical or reasonable explanation.
This is true. I mean, as much as we all know, sitting on this couch and sitting on this panel right here, right now, that we attract things into our world. Mm-hmm. At one particular time, we may have or we may have not, or who we're around, okay, mm-hmm. may have attracted something that we're in the middle of, okay? So when it comes to that, all right, you have to be able to accept the situation, just like somebody always trying to explain, well, I don't understand. It's not for you to understand.
Exactly.
It's for you to keep moving. All right. When it happens to you, the sooner you can do that, the sooner you'll be able to keep on progressing.
I think that's like that curiosity is such a human thing that's why curiosity killed the cat. Mm-hmm. It's like sometimes you just need to let it go. Yes. Right? What do you say, DJ?
Absolutely. There are things in this universe that absolutely happen for a reason. And then there's, it may even happen for a reason, but it may be something that you're not even supposed to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You probably got caught at that red light because you were saving somebody else's life. So that way, 2 lights down, that ambulance can haul ass and go through. You know what I'm saying? And it's stuff like that you don't need to know. It's stuff that you don't need to know. So it may not happen. It may not be anything to do with you for the reason that it happens. And that's what I'm saying. So, it doesn't happen necessarily just because it's you. It just happens because it's life. This is a big old energy field in this whole world, this whole universe. It's just all about energy. So sometimes some energy just gets displaced.
And one of the things, the beauty of getting older, that I really enjoy, the wisdom that comes from that, is you eventually, depending on, it's not about age, it's really about your vibration and your spiritual alignment. You can be 15 and know this information, especially for old soul. But sometimes it's a beautiful thing when you have God in your life and you understand sometimes it's just divine orchestration. It's the divine timing.
Exactly.
It's a divine interference. And sometimes let go and understand that where there is resistance, that is your clue. That's not for you. And maybe just not right now. But sometimes you got to embrace the no's that God gives you as well as the yeses, because it's for your protection and you may never know why. You just have to go, okay, there's not a reason, but it keeps getting blocked. I got to eventually wake up and go, okay, I think I got a sign.
Right.
All right, the next one is that life becomes peaceful when you accept these things. The next one is that you can be kind and gentle to some people, but they will still see your boundaries as mean. This is something I'm working on, honestly, personally, because I get shocked how my colleagues tell me I'm too nice, and I let people pass and I let people slide. And this past year, the greatest thing that happened to me was aligning with DJ Houston, because he's helped me to really see, okay, they're taking advantage of you. They're not listening. They're not, you know what I mean? And I don't want to believe that about people that I care about, right? But at the same time, I have to understand it's not mean. It's business.
It is, and I ain't no fool. So I know how to compartmentalize. What am I trying to say?
Yeah,
there you go. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I know how to separate the two. So business Jacob and business me and non-business me are two different people. You know what I mean? Like, we're here to make money. We're here to get paid. We're here to do a certain thing. And if you ain't holding up to that standard and you're getting paid to do that standard, whether you're getting paid or not, if you are employed to do that, then if you ain't doing it, you got to go. It's as simple as that.
You know what this reminds me
of? It's as simple as that.
Remember back in school when you had a science project, and then you had that lab partner that
never did
nothing on the project?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what taught me how to be this much of an a-hole, because of the fact.
But are you? See, that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, people say that I am, but
it comes down to this. My view, when people think that you're being mean, then that's how they're accepting it, because it's like, oh no, if you think that was mean, I'm like, I can give it to you for real, okay? But that was not being mean. That was just me being straight, direct, to the point. So it'll be no misunderstandings, okay? If you thought my tone of voice was a little too strong, then guess what? You can talk to me. I don't have a problem with somebody saying, well, I thought that, okay, no problem. I'm sorry. You got a misunderstanding of how I brought it across to you, okay?
Right.
But I was not trying to be mean to you, okay? Because
Exactly.
I can be mean if I need to be mean.
And we judge others how we see ourselves. And that's why people get shocked when people betray us or hurt us, because we wouldn't do it. But we also, if we would perceive it as mean, then we think that they're being mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're down back. No.
There we go.
Yeah. So run it
So
again.
so life becomes peaceful when you can accept it. Sometimes people ask for advice, but they don't actually listen.
Well, guess what? That just means they really didn't want it.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's like they're placating you.
Just pump faking.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, or
Man.
I'm like, okay, throw the ball. You know, or shoot the ball. All right. We're like, oh, you playing around. You just want to hold on to the ball.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it. You know, and
Let
that's
me
what it
tell
comes
you.
down to.
Let me tell you, I used to get so sad because people were so stupid like that. They would come to me for advice all the time and then do the exact opposite of what I tell them. Then they want to come back crying and be like, why did this happen? Well, fool, I told you how to avoid it, but you didn't listen. So, you know, and that's why, that's why I stopped giving out free advice a long time ago. If you want my advice now, you get charged, unless you watch the show, of course, which then you still get charged in a sense.
And
you know what
so
I'm saying?
now DJ Houston is understanding why my prices as a matchmaker are so expensive. Because, and that's why I say I'm a matchmaker, not a magician, because I'm going to give you the tough love date coaching advice.
Right.
But if you don't do it, I had a client one time, I kept telling him, stop texting stop texting. He had 3 girls that he told me straight up, he goes, they are perfect. Like he was like, wow. And he blew it every single time because he would treat them like a business transaction. And he would be like, I have availability in 3 weeks for 1.5 hours from 6 to 7:30. I was like, wow. He goes, and if I like them, then I'll offer dinner. Really, bro? Like, and then so he would literally wait a couple days, text them to pencil them in 3 weeks. I was like, dude, pick up the phone, first of all. Anyway, but so I get it as a matchmaker. If you wonder why my prices are so expensive, it's because I have to deal with toddlers. Okay. Sometimes life becomes more peaceful when you can accept that some people won't give you what you need. Ooh, that's a tough one. You want what you want.
Yeah.
The heart wants what it wants, but the heart is also deceptive. So you got to be super careful with that because your heart will have you playing Bobo the Clown when your mind's over here like, look, dummy, how many times do you have to get it before you understand that they don't give you what you need? I'm going to go back. Maybe if I go back for the 38th time, it'll work this time. You know? I don't want to be a quitter. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next one just for time's sake. Life becomes peaceful when you accept that you have to be consistent with your boundaries for people to take you seriously.
You have to be consistent because once you slip up, it's like you show. I mean, sometimes people take your kindness for a weakness. Okay, like I'm human. You understand?
Right.
Today I'm feeling a certain way, or at this particular moment I'm feeling a certain way. But don't take my kindness for a weakness because now you're gonna continue to do that, and this is gonna eliminate our relationship, whatever it was, friendship, business-wise, any particular way, because you have to understand we're all human, we all have our different moments, and therefore if you want to step on somebody's weak time, then you don't need to be in my world anyway.
That part. What you say, DJ?
Honestly, like Ryan said, if you can't take part, you know, you gotta be. I don't need you in my world if you can't do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta go. Like, get yourself together. Okay, don't try to bring me into your mess. Get yourself together.
Get your life.
Yo.
We got 3 left, so I'm just going to run them real quick. And y'all just give me like a 1 or 2 sentence rebuttal. Okay. The next one is that some people will not like you no matter how much you try.
Good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bye, Felicia.
Okay.
Deuces.
Can't tell you how many people don't like me just because of being me.
I love it.
Just because being me. So you know what?
Hate to love me.
Who cares? At least they still talk about you.
Listen, people above you won't talk about you. And people beneath you can't. So there's your answer. And the last 2 is if life becomes peaceful when you accept that you can't reason with some people. Oh, there are some people who just love to argue. Have you ever met those people? Like, I could be like, the sky's blue. Well, I think it's actually a shade of gray and purple. Look, fool. The sky's been blue since, okay. What y'all say about that? There's just some people that, like, try to find a problem. Always.
Now, I say to that,
they don't want to understand. They're not going to understand.
I say peace unto them.
Amen.
Peace unto you.
Pray for your enemies. Pray for people that mistreat you. Pray for people that abuse you, because hurt people, and their punishment, God is going to take care of that. Vengeance is God, right? But here's the real secret: misery loves company. Hurt people. So the punishment is that they're them. That's their punishment. Miserable people will always try to hurt other people. When you're happy, healed, and whole, you will never do that to somebody because you know how it feels. And lastly, you become peaceful when you accept that change can be complicated even when you know what to do.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at in my life.
Yeah, because
much change
you know what
now.
to do, you know how to act, but sometimes it's just like, you get that one person or those people that just keep pushing that same button, trying to turn you back to that old you.
You don't want that. Trust me.
You get tested, and
Yes.
you have to stand on. Once again, like we were saying, you have to stand on your principles in order to keep moving.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. It's about movement. It's about momentum, and it's about escalation.
I'm telling you, 99% of the things that's going on in your life, good or bad, are what you believe. So go ahead, Brian, tell them how to get a copy of your book.
Hey, once again, believe so you can achieve. As you see right here, you can get it at yarbro16.com. That's YARB as in boy, RO, the number 16.com. Depending on, regardless of what level you're at, it'll help you get to the next level.
And Ryan, you also do motivational speaking, and you do
Yes.
one-on-one coaching
Yes.
and
All
appearances.
the above: appearances, speaking, mentoring, talking, the whole gamut.
shebang.
I've been there, and I'm still going there because
Amen.
that's why I'm still here. Okay, like I said, on their food, know everything. So
Right.
in order for me to continue to live my life, I have to help people because it's a reciprocal effect.
Isn't it fun, DJ Houston, that you guys and Ryan, isn't it fun that you've already achieved so much success? And it's like, don't you sometimes just feel like, man, I ain't even touched the surface yet
Right.
about what I'm about to do.
Right.
That was warm up. That was
Right.
practice.
Right.
That was the platform that got me to my real purpose in life.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. There you
Absolutely. It's amazing. It really is.
I'm
amazing.
excited. I wake up every day grateful.
Yeah.
Because the truth of it is, guys, one of the core principles of manifesting is you have to be grateful. Right where you are. Right where you have. Even if you're going through a hardship, whatever it is, grateful for what you have so
That's
that
right.
you can be blessed with more. Because think of it as a parent. If you were a parent and you had some ungrateful brats, do you want to go buy them or give them anything? Hell no. You want to take everything
Heck
away
no.
and tell them you're in timeout.
Right.
Heck
You know?
no. Yeah.
We're going to work on our cussing, guys. We're trying to get clean. But DJ Houston, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
No, just really, y'all guys, go make sure y'all follow us online, follow me at DJ Houston 2 across all social media platforms.
Yay.
Make sure to go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Boss Up Houston Network. Of course, I know y'all guys are watching live on Facebook, but for those of you who are not watching because you found it on Boss Up Houston Network and found it through a friend's feed, thank you to your friend. But go like and subscribe to Boss Up Houston Network on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Good God, tell me where we're not at. I mean, we're on
all the
Apple,
streaming
we're on
platforms,
Spotify, exactly. Like anywhere and everywhere, go hit that like, subscribe button. And just real quick, I just want to apologize that, our show schedule's been kind of all over the place lately. We've all been dealing with some issues, but, we're back to our regular schedule now, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So make sure y'all guys check us out and go like our Facebook page at the Amber Neal Show, of course, so that way you can figure out all the great things that are going on
And
with
the
us.
Matchmaker Hotline.
Yeah, and the Matchmaker Hotline Facebook page, and of course, go check out the friends of our show, Married Date. Go check out their Facebook page and their website at marridate.com. That's marriedate.com. We're looking for all you couples out there who are trying to put the date back in your marriage. So go check it out. Thank y'all guys so much for tuning in today. And don't forget, to go and check out Amber's book as well.
Y'all go to amberneal.com, and again, if you're single, go get on the Sexy Single Sofa at matchmakerhotline.com, and we'll be back on Monday with more great stuff for you guys.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Y'all guys, peace out.
See ya.
We will
Have a good
see y'all
weekend.
on Monday.